Oh.
That is huge.
Oh, man.
Okay, we're ready.
That is huge.
Okay.
Whoa.
Okay, this is Mr. Crush, and he's a nice snake. We just named him Mr. Crush because he's married. When this pier was dropped off, they didn't have names, and his wife loves to crush you. So we just said, your name is Crush, and you're Mr. Crush. This is a boa constrictor. And as we talked before we were on camera about snakes on necks, I know you're going to see like TV shows that may even be more famous and get more viewers than this one. Say, have snakes on their neck, and people go to parties. Oh, my son had a snake on his neck. We do a haunted house. I had people come and go, oh, we were at a big haunted house, and the people there are probably smarter than you, and they had snakes in their neck. No, the people aren't smarter than me, guarantee it. Yeah, snakes on your neck is just, I try to sugarcoat it and say it softly. It's just dumb. And why people think it's okay, I don't know. I learned my lesson when I was young and had a boa constrictor, crushed me a little bit. And I studied snakes. I've been living with snakes and raising snakes and stuff most of my life. And the thing is, they like to be warm. Your neck pumps blood through it, which makes it warm. Snake is on your neck, and it says, if I squeeze harder, it's just a natural instinct, the harder they squeeze, the warmer they think they're going to get, right? They're going to get. So you put a snake in your neck, and sometimes it crushes your neck. Now, I'll give it to you. Most of the time, nothing bad happens. I had a father say to me at one of our haunted houses, he said, I think the odds are like 10,000 to 1 or something crazy, aren't they? It's like something, you saw something like that on TV. And I said, maybe, but if your child is the one, how are you going to feel, right? So don't worry about it. If it's never happened, just means it's getting closer to your time, So I would never put a snake on my neck. My kids will never do it. Our employees will never do it. There's just no need of it. You just support the snake, make them feel secure. The other thing we don't do is you don't grab snakes behind the neck. The reason why we don't do it is this snake is behaving very well right now, right? If I grab it behind the neck, how would you like if someone grabbed you behind the neck? Would you freak out? Right? You'd freak out, right? I try this on all my kids, right? Go ahead, Matthew. Give him a little bit of a choke, right? See? It's freaking out. Look it up. So if you grab the snake behind the neck, it'll freak out. They'll musk you, which is spray like a poop-like substance all over you. They can hurt themselves. You're better off just guiding it. Now, if a venomous snake is grabbing at you or, a snake is going crazy and that's all you can do, that's a different story. But typically, if I have a snake that's freaking out and I don't have to handle it, I just leave it for another time.
So is that consistent with all snakes, not just boa constrictors? You shouldn't put any on your neck? You shouldn't grab any? I
would never, ever put a snake on my neck or anyone else's neck or allow our staff or any of my children to do it. Even a small snake on your neck. You go to pull the snake off, and this is documented. This has happened. The snake can just like lunge out and grab on. It can sense that it's on something soft that it could hold on with its teeth. It won't. Someone said, why don't they bite trees? Because trees are hard, and it feels hard. And if a snake's tooth, I don't want to freak anyone out, but if a snake's tooth makes contact with your eye is gone. The tooth is going to pierce the lens. Your eye's going to get infected. You're going to rush to the hospital. They're going to pop your eye out, measure your eye socket. 6 weeks later, they'll try to fit you with a glass eye that is only good for parties and Halloween. I've had a bunch of eye surgeries. I know a lot about the eye. So I just think there's no need of it.
So what's the best way to hold a snake? Is it how you
Well, the way I'm sitting here, you just support him. If I was standing up, I have this snake. It's a trick. My wife is the best snake handler I've ever seen. And she showed me with boas and pythons, when she's holding a snake for someone to hold, she'll hold it up, and the snake will wrap around her leg. And she supports the body, and the snake feels supported that way.
Really?
People can safely touch it. There's no problem putting a snake across. Like if you guys sit close together, we lay the snake across your body, but we always have a handler, deal with the head, because you never know. It's not it's not like a pet dog. I mean, it's an exotic animal, and this snake has never bitten and never showed any signs of aggression, and you don't expect it to, but you don't know.
Are boa constrictors poisonous?
No, they're constrictors. Snakes either killed by venom or constriction. One mistake people make is they think because it's a constrictor they don't bite. Constrictors, the top third of their body is the strongest. Their teeth are hooked back. So when they want to eat something, they'll strike out, grab it, pull. As they pull, the top third of the body crushes their prey. They'll kill it and then let go, locate the head, and swallow it whole. If they're wrapped around you and just crush you and kill you, it's probably an accident, so don't be mad. Still hurts, though. You guys want to hold it?
Sure.
Okay, so you guys have your own insurance? HMO, do you? Come on.
Well, I know I don't.
I'm sure you do. We'll let you. Okay, so I'm gonna take them and I'm gonna give the tail to Matthew, and Matthew will keep the tail from squishing you. And you guys lay it across there, and we'll support the body so it doesn't twist.
my
And
goodness.
see, to me, this is a very
Oh, my
safe way to hold the snake. If anyone was to get bit, it would be me, and that's no, it's not a big deal to me, and I won't put an insurance claim. If anyone's gonna get pooped on, it's Matthew. So again, you guys don't care, right?
Oh, what kind of pet would a boa constrictor make for somebody?
Well, I don't think me personally, I don't think there is any such thing as a bad pet. I just think you have to match the right animal with the right person. If you love snakes, boa's a good snake. I wouldn't say it is the best first snake. I like corn snakes and ball pythons and snakes like that as a first snake. Those snakes eat, like this snake eats once a week, eats a pre-killed frozen couple of rats, and it poops, once or twice a week, It's a low-maintenance animal. We give it fresh water every day. I think clean water is important. And whenever they go to the bathroom, we clean it, but it's a very low-maintenance pet. It's great for kids that have allergies because you can't have an allergy to it. But once the snake gets this size, this is not a snake that you guys could come home from school and take out and hold in your room by yourself. What we do is one person for every 5 foot of snake. This snake is about, 8 feet or something like that. You want to have, you wouldn't want to take the snake out without an adult present. So you wouldn't come home with your friends and sit and watch TV and have the snake across your lap. I don't think that would be a good idea. I don't let my kids do it.
Now, how long does one of these live?
There are reports of these guys hitting 50. I personally knew someone that had one that lived into its 40s. I've never had one that long. But, I would say 25, 30 years is not, out of the ordinary at all for a boa constrictor. What do you
How
think?
frequently do these snakes shed?
That's a good question. At this size, it's shed only about 6 times a year, like every other month. The babies, I've had babies shed once a week. And then, the younger they are, the faster they grow and the more they shed. So,
How do they
It's gonna be a
generally move?
while.
Can we put it on the ground?
yeah,
and watch it
just don't
slither?
go near. If you're going to get bit, that would be a time when they're on the ground and maybe a little nervous. So just put on the ground. The snakes have different ways of locomotion. There are sidewinders. There, creeping. There's pushing off. And most snakes just don't move very fast. There are obviously a few snakes that move fast, but most snakes, the boa is only going to move a mile an hour, so they're not a fast snake. A little faster in the water, but they can strike fast. I mean, I found, being a smaller person, I can't really out-muscle most of the animals I work with anyway, so I just find being gentle and more finesse.
If you're
works,
bored and have nothing to do, if you have a moment or two, sit back,